If you've been thinking about buying or building a brand new home in the Johnson County area, then you're going to want to see this new home community. Behind us is a brand new model row of estate-sized lots, and not only are there 4 different neighborhoods throughout this community, starting in the 500s and all the way up, but there are also several lots that back to complete privacy with green space and trees, and several of them are walkout lots. This video is all about Bristol Highlands, located in Shawnee and Lenexa, and while we're currently in the estates section of the neighborhood, we're going to head to the front of the neighborhood, which is the villas, and we're going to circle back here by the end to tour this home that's right behind me. And here's what that looks like on the plat map. You can see the model road there in the blue. We're headed to the front of the community to take a look at the twin villas built by Don Julian, and all future villas will be built by Lambie Homes. Before I show you the inside of our first home in this video, part number 1 is all about the location and where Bristol Highlands is located. Here's something pretty interesting, is right now where we're standing, this is located in the city of Lenexa, which has just been exploding. The city has been pouring millions and millions into brand new infrastructure. The Lenexa city center is absolutely beautiful. You've got the public market there, you've got the rec center, the brand new library, everything that you could possibly want is just down the road, about 8 to 10 minutes away, if not even closer than that. But where we started this video, in the estate section of the neighborhood, that actually falls in Shawnee. And in my opinion, this is the part of Shawnee that's been growing exponentially as well. You've got tons of new shops like Shawnee Crossing shops, which are just minutes away. Right down the street, you've got Shawnee Mission Park. About just minutes down the road, you've got Lake Lenexa, Black Hoof Park, there's Sarco Park and Trails. One of the beauties of living in Lenexa and Shawnee in this part of Johnson County is that you are surrounded with green space everywhere you look. And that is true inside of Bristol Highlands as well. There will eventually be trails throughout the community. That's something that we'll talk about here later on in the video when we get to the amenities. But as you can see in some of those aerial shots of the neighborhood, you've got several lots that are backing to green space. They're walkout lots, and again, we'll cover more on that later on. Now, one of the other things that's really nice about Bristol Highlands is you've got very quick highway access. You could be on K7, K10 in a matter of minutes. You're about 15 minutes away from Oak Park Mall, Costco, Sam's Club, anything that you would have to do, or any bulk shopping that you would have to do out there. You could be up north to the Kansas City Legends outlets, the Speedway, Children's Mercy Park to catch a Sporting KC game, watch the T-Bones in a matter of 17 minutes or less. And last but not least, you are in the DeSoto School District, which is rated very highly in the entire Johnson County area. I believe it's ranked number 2 according to niche.com, and you happen to be zoned in the Mill Valley High School. Now, while open enrollment has passed in the state of Kansas, and you could choose to go anywhere within reason as long as there is space available for your children, Mill Valley is one of the highly sought after places within the DeSoto School District. And on top of all of that, all of the schools are about 6 to 7 minutes away, or even less than that. Now, the home that we're currently in is called the Jefferson by Don Julian. While it is a twin villa, it certainly doesn't feel like that on the inside. This home is 4 beds, 3 baths, 2662 square feet, and it is the model home. So that's why you're seeing it staged. It's priced at around $600,000. You've got the office right off the entry, boot bench area, full bathroom right off the garage. I really liked the kitchen layout, how this opens up to the dining area. You've got the family room and the fireplace that leads out to the deck. These are all reverse 1.5-story homes. You've got a finished basement below. The master looks absolutely beautiful. Really like the color on that ceiling. And then of course you've got the Don Julian finishes throughout with a beautiful bathroom, freestanding tub, and then you've got the frameless shower door with the upgraded tile that opens up into that large master closet. Now, before we get to the next part of the video, welcome to the channel. My name is Nick Massa. I'm a local real estate agent here in Kansas and Missouri. I absolutely love new construction. It's what a lot of my clients are asking about. They're interested in building, buying homes. So we make these videos to keep you up to date on all the best new home communities around Kansas City. I will leave the link to the Bristol Highlands community website at the top of the description if you're watching this on YouTube. If you've seen all these videos and you'd like to work with me directly, my contact information is down there. If you're already on the community website, make sure to reach out to the on-site team here. They're extremely helpful. They know the community inside and out. And oftentimes, if you're looking for something very, very specific, there are a lot of solutions we can figure out that we just can't see on the community website or until you come here and see the community in person. Now, just around the corner from the twin villas where we just were, you have the standalone villas, which are also maintenance provided. And before I show you in this beautiful one built by J.S. Robinson, we've got part 2 of the video, which is all about the community. We're going to break down the different neighborhoods in the community, price points, the builders, and the beautiful lot options right here in Bristol Highlands. So where we started this video, that was the twin villas. They're priced from the 500s and up. They're perfect if you don't want to have to maintain a larger home or a larger backyard. Like I said, they are maintenance provided at $225 every single month. That'll cover your general maintenance like lawn care, snow removal, likely fertilization, winterizing, dewinterizing the sprinkler systems, and much, much more. Now, like you just saw, there are 3 remaining Don Julian twin villas. The rest of the twin villas will be built by Lambie Homes, who's been building twin villas all around the Johnson County area. They have some absolutely beautiful plans that we'll walk through here in the near future once those are built. Now, the second neighborhood in Bristol Highlands is the villas, where we're currently standing. The prices in the villas start at the 600s. However, what you'll notice, and because of the beautiful finishes in a home like this and the other homes that are already built or almost completed from construction, a lot of those are going to be $700,000, $800,000, even sometimes $900,000, but you can start in the 600s. The 2 builders currently building in the villas right now are Don Julian, J.S. Robinson. They're both the developers and who's building in the estate section of the neighborhood, which we'll address here in just a second. But this section is open to all builders. Another thing that's pretty interesting is you see a floor plan that you like in the villas and you want to build it in the manors or the estates, it's likely that you could do that. So just keep that in mind as we go throughout the video and maybe as you see some of the inside of the home that we're currently in. Now, we did touch on this. It is maintenance provided in here, the same cost of the twin villas. It includes the same services for a monthly fee of $225. The third neighborhood in the community that we're headed to next is called the manors. And typically what you see in new home communities is you've got the estate size lots, which are huge. Sometimes they're 1/3 of an acre, 1/4 of an acre, and even bigger than that. And then sometimes in these communities, you'll have the manors with smaller lots. In here, I'm really happy to report that the lot sizes in the manors are like 1/5 of an acre on the small end. Most of them are 1/4 of an acre, 1/3 of an acre, and a lot of them are walkout lots along the perimeter that back to green space or trees in the back for complete price. These are some of the best lot options I've seen out of all the new home communities that we constantly tour week in and week out around the Kansas City metro. So the manors right here in Bristol Highlands, they're priced from the 700s and up. They're starting at, like I said, 1/5 of an acre, and they can go all the way up to 1/3 of an acre. I've seen even closer to a 1/2 acre for some of those at the top of the cul-de-sac that have a lot of green space in the back. The manors do have an HOA fee of $975 a year. That is the same as you'll see in the estates, but one difference between the manors and the estates is that the manors are open to all builders, just like the villas are. So you'll see several other builders, which we'll talk about in a later part of this video where we break down the different floor plans and I show you exactly where to find those online. And finally, the fourth neighborhood in Bristol Highlands has to be the estates. They are absolutely stunning. There are several lots that are just beautiful. They back to green space, lots of walkouts similar to the manors. And a lot of these homes will start between 1 million and go all the way up to 2 million plus. I've seen some pools in the backyards that are absolutely stunning. And since most of these lots are walkouts, a lot of people are choosing to go ahead and finish that basement. So you've got a bonus rec room down there, a wet bar. If you've got a 1.5 story, 2-story home, that's 3 fully finished levels, which means you're probably going to end up somewhere around 4,000, 4,500 square feet, or at least in the high 3,000s. Now, the 2 builders in the estates, you've got Don Julian, J.S. Robinson Fine Homes. They are the 2 developers and the 2 builders who are operating in the villas section of the neighborhood. And we'll break that down here a little bit more closer to the end of the video. And I am super excited to show you inside of one of the model homes. We've already toured another one by Don Julian, which I'll leave down below if you're watching this on YouTube, the top of the description. Now, one last note about the estates is they have several future phases planned, and this community very well could keep expanding farther and farther north, which does fall in the city of Shawnee. So just keep that in mind. If you're not ready to buy or build a home right now, keep in mind the timetable to build a home here is probably 12 to 16 months, although that's starting to speed up and up and up as we see supply chain issues get resolved. Trades are getting through their projects a lot quicker, but just keep that in mind in case your timeline is a little bit farther out. There are future lots that will be available. The home that we're currently in is built by J.S. Robinson Fine Homes. This is called the Rosemount, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 3,140 square feet. Absolutely love the open floor plan. As soon as you walk in, you've got the separate dining area that's still open to, but segmented from the rest of the living areas. This home is huge on the main level. You've got almost 2,000 square feet on that main level, fully finished lower level that you'll see in a second. Love the master bedroom. You've got the tray ceiling up top for a little bit more space. And of course, very high-end finishes in that bathroom with the built-in soaking tub right there, as well as the 0 entry floor in that shower. I'm a big fan of the lower level in this reverse 1.5 story homes. Of course, you've got the finished bar with the darker tones. just stunning all around. Off to the Manors, they are just right down the street. Several different lot type options remaining, several different builders that you could work with. Here are a couple of the elevations that you'll see in that neighborhood. We're off to the next part of the video. Now that we're in the Manor section of the community, part number 3 is all about the builders. And while we've already touched on the builders and the different neighborhoods a little bit, I want to get more specific because you've got a lot of flexibility right here in the Manor. So we started with the twin villas. You've got the 3 Don Julian twins that are left. Lambie has the rest of the development, at least when it comes to the twin villas. In the single family villas, the standalone villas, you've got J.S. Robinson, Don Julian, and it's open to approved builders. Right here in the Manor, you have a wider selection of builders in addition to Don Julian and J.S. Robinson, and it's also open to approved builders. I'll explain why that's important here in just a second. And then the estates, you've got Don Julian and J.S. Robinson, some of the most prestigious names that you'll hear when it comes to building a home right here in the Kansas City area. So the reason the Manors is distinct, at least right here in Bristol Highlands, is because, I'll give you one example. I've got a client right now, we're looking for a very specific type of lot that's walkout, faces a certain direction, backs to green space or treat space. They've got plenty of that right here in Bristol Highlands. Even in the Manors, even in the estates, you'll find a lot that fits that description. The problem is that in some other new home communities where you might be able to find that lot, maybe you don't find a builder that has a floor plan that's exactly what you want. Or maybe you've been touring new home communities around Kansas City where you found one that has the lots you want, one that has the builder and the floor plan you want, and you just can't merge those two. That is possible right here in the Manors, which means if you've been working with a builder and you just haven't found a lot yet, you can bring them in as long as the home that you want to build fits the minimum requirements and that builder is approved by the developers, you're good to go. But that offers a ton of flexibility, which is really important. It's most likely if you're going to build a home from the ground up, you got some very specific things that you're looking for inside of that home. Now, that being said, there is a fantastic lineup of different builders here at Bristol Highlands, and you can see all of the floor plans based on the different sections of the neighborhood that they're built in on the community website. Now, I will add that if you do see a villa that you like, a standalone villa that you like, very possible that you could build that right here on the Manor, but that's why it's important to reach out to either myself or one of the on-site agents here at Bristol Highlands. We could absolutely get you an answer to that and help support you in buying or building a new home right here in Bristol Highlands. Now, one thing that I forgot to mention is that another beautiful thing about this community, not just the builders, not just that it's open to approved builders and you can do what you want and you have more flexibility, but if you don't want to wait to build a home from the ground up and you don't want to spend the 12 to 16 months to do that, Bristol Highlands has a lot of inventory that is under construction right now. They've got several homes that are move-in ready where you could close and be in that home in 30 days or less. This is the perfect spot to find. It's kind of hard to find that throughout Kansas City. These guys are moving fast. A lot of these homes are selling quickly. So again, if you click the link down below at the top of the description, you'll see all that information. Feel free to reach out because we'd absolutely love to support you. Now for the first 1.5 story floor plan in this video. This is the Timberland by Newmark Homes. I'm a big fan of 1.5 stories. You got the master on the main. This one has 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 2913 square feet, and it's priced at $746,900. I thought the staging, the designs, the selections in this home were absolutely stunning. You've got that office area, the full bathroom tucked just off of the garage entry. I'm a really big fan of how cozy that main level, the great room feels. Absolutely love the stone up and down the fireplace. You've got the box vault ceiling in the master with the beams forming that X pattern. Beautiful stain in the cabinets and the tower on the vanity in that master bathroom. And then maybe my favorite, and something you'll see closer to the end of the video, you've got a separate loft area upstairs. As we head from the Manors over to the Estates neighborhood in Bristol Highlands, you'll notice that the lots get bigger. These are some premium lots, a lot of green space, a lot of cul-de-sacs, and the home prices start at $1 million plus with some absolutely beautiful homes in this section of the neighborhood. Before we do our final part of the video and we walk through this entire 1.5 story built by J.S. Robinson Fine Homes, we're actually going to get to part number 4, which is all about the amenities here in Bristol Highlands. They are not developed just yet, but luckily, because of this location, you're surrounded by some of the best amenities in all of Johnson County. Like we touched on in the first part of the video, you've got Shawnee Mission Park, which is just down the street. You've got Lake Lenexa, Black Hoof Park, basically across the street as well. You've got the Lenexa City Center, the rec center there, the brand new library that was built, the public market. This is the spot to be in. But on top of all of that, you've got resort style amenities amenities planned right here in Bristol Highlands. Here are some of the renderings that you'll see on the screen right now. You'll likely have pickleball courts, a pool, a clubhouse. There's also walkout, so you got a lower level finish there as well. And overall, just beautiful amenities that you see in a lot of the communities developed by Don Julian, J.S. Robinson. They've got one out in Overland Park in the Blue Valley School District called Riverstone Valley that we'll be covering very soon. Overall, these guys go above and beyond when it comes to the amenities. On top of the ones that you just saw, you'll have trails throughout the community. I'm guessing that a lot of those trails will connect to some of the park systems and trails throughout Lenexa and Shawnee. But again, the big benefit of this location, this community, is being surrounded by all of the public amenities. The icing on the cake is the amenities that are planned sometime in 2025 and 2026. Here's one more look at the exterior of this home. Once again, this is the Regency 2 story and a half by J.S. Robinson. 4 beds, 3.5 baths, 3616 square feet, and it's priced at $1.189 million. Now, this home is finished on all 3 levels. I'm excited to take you inside. Now, as soon as you step inside, you're greeted with the 2-story ceilings off the entry. Beautiful light fixture with the box vault at the top. I'm a big fan of the staircase. It makes quite a statement as soon as you step in. And of course, you've got clear lines of sight from front to back of the home. We're looking at the covered deck, which we'll step out onto here in just a second. But if I spin you around before we get to the living spaces, here's what we're looking at in the entry. You've got tons of windows bringing in natural light. You've got the frosted front doors for a little bit more privacy, and a beautiful kitchen. Now, I like that the kitchen is open to the great room. You do have this little accent on the wall that creates a little bit more separation between the two, but again, still has that feeling of being open. Cabinets in the kitchen go all the way to the 10-foot ceilings. And of course, you've got picture windows surrounding that dining room. I'm a big fan of the tile choice on that fireplace. I think it looks beautiful, especially with that darker stain that complements what we see with the staircase over to the side. Now, right in front of us is the master bedroom, but we're going to save that for last. I like that spot on the other side of the fireplace. You could easily fit some built-ins there if you chose to build this floor plan yourself, or you can do exactly what they did and place some furniture there. Overall, a beautiful setup. I'm a big fan of that light fixture. I know it was quite an upgrade. You got beautiful quartz countertops, the black faucet and sink, a 5-burner range. And we will go out onto the deck here in just a second. I want to note that this is a walkout lot, so you do have stairs going down to the patio beneath, and we will take a look at that. You've got the oversized door leading out to that deck. And once again, we will go out there here in just a second. Now, turning you around, we've got just a wall of cabinets in front of us, a little butler's bar area, the stacked microwave and oven, and we haven't even seen the pantry yet. And before I take you there, right around the corner, we've got the garage, the hall tree with a boot bench area. You've got a closet right there. And then I'm a big fan of this. You've got plenty of counter space, plenty of shelving right as you step into the house. Now, right in front of us is a dedicated office. This does not count as a bedroom. There's no closet in here, and there's also no full bathroom. We do have a powder room off to the side. Beautiful casement windows bringing in a ton of light. You got the box vault in the top that's surrounded with crown molding. And of course, it's tucked away from the living spaces of the home for a little bit more privacy. You've got the powder room right off the entry. And here is one last look at the garage entry. We're gonna take a look at the pantry, then we'll go upstairs, downstairs, and we'll finish by taking a look at the master suite. You got this beautiful kind of olive or dark green color on the cabinets. I really like the contrast between the finish on the engineered hardwoods and those cabinets. The 2 floating shelves in between. You've got room for a wine cooler right there. And then look at the accents on the backsplash. And of course, this is only part of the pantry. Here's the other part of the pantry. Plenty of storage space for anything that you could possibly want. Now, like I said, the lower level is finished, but we're gonna head upstairs first. I like that this staircase, you've got the light coming in, but you're not staring at the neighbors. You do have this ledge up top for any decorating that you like to do. And this is probably one of my favorite 1.5-story plans. One of the reasons is, yes, you do have these windows bringing in a ton of light, but you have two completely separate kind of loft areas. One is a little sitting area right here, which is perfect. It's right at the top of the steps. You've got the hall closet, and then you've got bedroom number 1. And these bedrooms, they've all got casement windows. You've got the box vault ceiling to make it feel a little bit bigger. And then you've got a huge full bathroom, huge closet back there. Now I'm going to take you around the corner in just a second, but first let's take a look at the other bedrooms. So this one is bedroom number 2. Really good sized bedrooms, especially for a home this big. There's nothing worse than having a huge bedroom count, but the bedrooms feel really small and claustrophobic. You got the full bathroom right here, and then the walk-in closet. And here's bedroom number 3. Box vault in the ceiling, the casement windows that are a little bit taller than the standard single hung windows that you typically see in bedrooms. I know they're a little bit more expensive to put in as well. You've got the full bathroom. And then the closet straight back. I like that little ledge in the shower. That's a nice touch. But one of the reasons why this floor plan is so popular is because you've got each bedroom upstairs that has its own dedicated private bathroom. You've got the sitting area to our left, and you've got the dedicated loft area up here as well. This is like almost a third family room when you consider the lower levels finished as well. This is perfect because it's bringing in a lot of light, but it's private because those windows are so high that you can't see the neighbors can't see you. And I really like the cozy feel to it because you're walking up the stairs. It's just like 3 or 4 stairs to get here. It feels a little bit separate from the rest of the second floor. And it really does feel like a media room or a game room, which is excellent. You do have the closet up here as well for storage. You can't have too much storage with a 1.5-story home like this. And we're going to take a look at the lower level. Now, right as you come downstairs, you've got luxury vinyl planking. This material keeps getting better and better and better. It's nearly impossible to scratch. So if you've got dogs that are running around, kids running around, it's really hard to do any damage to these, unlike your typical hardwood floors. I'm a big fan of the tones on that bar. Of course, you've got the island, which is perfect, plenty of seating for entertainment, and you've got the Chiefs game going on. Plenty of picture windows, and of course, with this being a walkout lot, not only do you have that dining space or table space off to the side, but that wet bar walks right out to the oversized patio beneath. The landscaping they did is just beautiful. As soon as those trees mature, you have a little bit more privacy. You do have some space between the end of this lot line and the homes across on the other side of the street. I like this retaining wall. Usually, sometimes these aren't ideal, but it does create a little bit more privacy. It closes this space in a little bit more. And overall, a very private patio back here. Now, not all builders will do this, but you'll notice that we've got stairs going up to the deck. This is composite decking, so it'll last a little bit longer. You've got a nice landing at the top. And I love the vault and the accent in the ceiling. That's a really good touch. And of course, this is your view. As of right now, this is the view. That's all for this video. Beautiful homes here at Bristol Highlands, 4 different neighborhoods for many different price points. Amenities are coming soon, located right between Shawnee and Lenexa, Kansas. If you enjoyed the video, if you have any questions about building, buying a home right here in Bristol Highlands, community website is linked down below at the top of the description on YouTube. If you'd like to work with me personally, my contact information is down below. If you're on the community website and you have any questions, make sure to reach out to the on-site agents here because we would absolutely love to help you build or buy a brand new home right here in Bristol Highlands. That's all for this video. You can click here to see a playlist full of different new home community tour videos, or you can click right here to see the video that YouTube thinks you would enjoy the most. So click either here or here, and I'll see you on the other side.